Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Infinite Crypto Cruisers. Hey there, folks. My name is Brad Varnell, and this is the Infinite Crypto YouTube channel. Today is Monday morning, and we're trying out some new stuff. I was trying to figure out how in the world to get me onto the screen. With the other countdown timer, I had to add myself to the screen and click a couple of buttons. I'm clicking away. After the timer is down to 0, I'm clicking away, I'm clicking away, I'm clicking away, nothing's happening. And I see that with this new countdown timer that my guy William put together, it just, when it's over, then I pop up, and it looks like after the 5-minute countdown timer, it looks like there's about another 30 seconds of stuff that we go through. So anyways, thank you for putting up with that. Give me 1 second, guys. I forgot to do something very important. My daughter is swinging by here in a few minutes with my medicine. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. I don't smoke. I don't do anything, but I am addicted to coffee. And she ran over to Dutch Bros and grabbed me a sugar-free Golden Eagle, and I know that she's going to be swinging through and dropping that off for me. I told her I was going to leave the front door unlocked, and I didn't. So stare at my bookshelf for about 15 seconds while I go unlock my front door. I will be right back. All right. So what in the world is going on with you guys today? Happy Monday. I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Been a crazy beginning to 2025. And so, you know, I tell you guys a lot of times here, I'm trying to get this. There we go. And then let me, sorry, man. This 5-minute countdown timer is fantastic, but I was used to 10. And so it's taking me a little bit of time to get used to getting used to the only having 5 minutes. You guys would probably laugh your butts off if you were here actually watching me during that 10-minute countdown timer. I am not sitting at my desk just like staring at the screen. There's all sorts of different stuff that I'm, doing and, taking care of, and last second stuff. And, like today I barely got the link up for the BYDFI. So for those of you that are new to the channel, let me mention this real quick. We're going to do a giveaway towards the end of this live stream. In order to be eligible for that, you have to type in hashtag #IGetUp, as I did here, or as Eric did here, and as I showed here in this post, #IGetUp, to be eligible for the giveaway. The second thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to create your own BYDFI account through this link. That should be a hyperlink. I goofed around today and I didn't get the description done in this video. So that was the other thing. I didn't even realize that William had put that, Facebook and Twitter and Instagram part into that 5-minute video. So if you want to go follow me on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook, you can't. It's not in the description. I will get it up there after this video is over. I will get the full description in. I also do not have the link to BYDFI in the description as of right now. I will get it in there, but it is right here. That should be a hyperlink. So go create your free BYDFI account and be eligible for the drawing. But I started to say that, most of the time when I'm doing these videos, it's so often that I'm talking to me. And you guys just, get to participate. You guys get to listen in on what I'm saying to myself. Because, let's face it, if I was to just talk like this, to myself and I didn't have a camera or an audience, I'd probably be listed as crazy. I'd probably have to worry about my wife sending me off to the loony barn or something. So you guys give me a place where I can really, kind of dive deep into some of the things that are going on in my life that I feel like I need to hear. And the nice thing about human beings is a lot of the time if there's something going on in my life that I need to hear, there's probably a lot of people out there that are facing maybe a different type of challenge, but a challenge nonetheless that they're struggling with, and that that this information will hopefully help them with. So the name of the video was being tougher than your worst day. And I'm telling you, I had some bad days in this last couple of weeks, and especially last week. Sorry guys, I got a little bit of a sniffle. As most of you know, my father-in-law passed away. It's been, it's way back on January 8th now. I shouldn't say way back. I mean, we're talking about, 3 weeks ago, or closing in on 3 weeks ago. And to watch the devastation that caused in my wife's family was rough. I loved my father-in-law. He was an incredible man. And, and over the last 12 years, he became, a part of my family and a part of my life too. But it's not the same as losing, a parent or a husband, somebody that's been a part of, pretty much your whole life. My mother-in-law, had been, with him for 28 years, married for 25. And they spent, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week together for the most part. So extremely hard watching my wife, and she has 2 sisters that live in the area, that live in the vicinity of, where my father-in-law and my mother-in-law passed. Her siblings live on the other side of the country. But long story short, I just wanted to apologize to you guys because I postponed Tuesday and Wednesday's live streams to Thursday and Friday because of the funeral service and the logistics and the timing. But, when it really comes down to it, the reason that you didn't see me on Thursday or Friday was I didn't want to talk to anybody. I just wanted to lay in bed and do nothing. Like, it was, I let life win on Thursday and Friday, and life pretty much got the best of me on Saturday and Sunday too. And so part of my message today, be tougher than your worst day. What I mean by that is you don't necessarily have to be tougher than your worst day during your worst day. You just got to bounce back. You can't stay down on the ground for too long. You got to bounce back. But, life has a tendency to really clobber you hard, and it comes at you from a lot of different areas. So not only did we have our father-in-law pass away, but like crypto has not been a whole lot of fun for, a little bit of time now. We really have experienced a lot of sideways, choppy action, a lot of up and down. And, for the most part, really a lot of down, especially in the altcoins, and in, the lower down the market cap you go, the more the altcoins have gotten smashed up. So I would say that my portfolio has probably gotten beaten up by anywhere from 30 to 60 or 70% over, the last month. And so, I got home late Wednesday night. There was a viewing on Tuesday. There was a funeral on Wednesday. Got home late Wednesday night, and I had every intention in the world to set up a live stream and to get back together with you guys on Thursday. And then I just didn't. I didn't do anything on Thursday. I mean, I just basically laid around, watched TV, and just, zoned out, and really, I just wanted nothing to do with people. I mean, even my own family and I, we kind of all just kind of stayed away from each other, because I think we were all, my wife likes to call it, she was in her feels. So I think we were all in our feels, and, and it was just a crummy time. And I look back on my life, and I can think of a handful of times where, things were really, really bad. And part of the reason that I wanted to bring that up and talk about it today was tough times never last, but tough people do. I don't remember if that was Art Williams, but it's so true. It's so true, folks. I can promise you that in my life, and I bet you if you look back in your life, that when you experienced some of the biggest difficulties, some of the biggest challenges, some of the things that caused you to maybe just lay in bed and do nothing for a couple of days, that it wasn't very long after that that some breakthroughs started coming through and some really good times in life started happening. And so I'm super, super excited for the future and for crypto and for our lives. You know, a lot of people will say that money isn't everything, money can't buy happiness, and so on and so forth. And there's a lot of truth to that, folks. But being broke and being in poverty, that doesn't buy happiness either. And, you know, it really reminds me of when you're on an airplane and they talk about, hey, if the plane is going down, an oxygen mask is going to drop down, and that if you're traveling with a child, you got to put on your own oxygen mask first before you worry about trying to get your child's oxygen mask on, because you got to save yourself first. Like, you can't throw financial life rings out to your friends and your family and the other people that you love if you don't have the financial foundation and a rock solid financial, bank account. It's hard to help other people if you are struggling to pay your own bills. So this channel is definitely here and designed to be here to create freedom in our lives. So we talk about a lot of topics other than money, especially on Mondays. But let's face it, folks, most divorces caused by money issues. You know, a lot of health issues, a lot of health challenges could be fixed if you had the right amount of money in your life. You know, a lot of poor and middle class people don't realize the quality of health that is out there in the world if you can afford to pay for it. And so, is it fair? I don't know. I'm not going to get into is it fair, is it not fair, but in my mind, we're all human beings. So yeah, I mean, I believe it's fair. So I'm just going to step out there. I believe it's fair. Like all of this free healthcare baloney, there is no such thing as free healthcare. It's got to come from somewhere. It's got to come from somewhere. Somebody's paying for it. So, in my opinion, you can't go tell a doctor, hey, this is all you can charge, in my opinion, because this doctor went to school for 6, 8, 10, 12 years, potentially got himself, potentially spent $500,000, $1 million and a half dollars on his education, then had to go out and build a practice. And, it's called capitalism and it's called free enterprise. And it's what makes America so great. It's why people from other countries that don't have it will risk their lives to get here. Now, on the flip side of capitalism and free enterprise, there's also going to be, some pain and suffering for people that can't make it in life, that aren't willing to have the discipline and create the right habits. Yeah, there's going to be some suffering. But my point is, folks, money is a tool. Money is important. And so if you're struggling money-wise, it's really hard to have immense health or, immense happiness in the other areas of your life. And it seems like, the enemy, whoever you want to say that is, in my life, it's the devil. I'm a Christian, if you believe in God, if you believe in Jesus, then, you got to believe in the devil. If there wasn't a villain, there couldn't be, a superhero. And I'm not comparing Jesus to a superhero. He's so much more than that. But you kind of get what I mean. Like, if Spider-Man didn't have, I can't even think of the name of any of the villains now, but if Spider-Man didn't have any villains, if there wasn't any evil in the world, then, Spider-Man would be worthless. There wouldn't be a need for, Spider-Man. And there can't be light without dark. There can't be good without evil. There can't be up without down. The gravity, there has to be yin and yang in just about everything in the world. And so I believe the yang is the devil, and he's the one trying to attack us, trying to keep us from having our best life. And I think that one of the main ways that he does it is he loves to get us in our finances. He loves to have, a car breakdown at the absolute worst time. You get sick the week before Christmas and you miss a bunch of shifts right at the same time that you're spending, money, and so on and so forth. There's so many things that feel like literally, who do you know? Like, you got $10,000 in the bank and your car transmission goes out for $1,000. Like, it doesn't seem like it ever happens to the guy that's got 10 grand laying around. It always happens to the guy who's got 47 cents in his bank account. And now he's got this $1,000 bill that he's trying, to figure out how he's going to pay. And that might be a life lesson, Sometimes I wonder, I read a book once, I don't remember exactly the name of the book, but they kind of brought up that point. Like, poor people and middle-class people have a lot of emergencies where as you start to create some wealth in your life, nothing's an emergency anymore. Like, if you got 10 grand laying around and $1,000 unexpected expense hits, that's not an emergency anymore. If you got $100,000 in your bank account and all of a sudden a $5,000 or $10,000 expense hits, that's not an emergency anymore. And so I honestly believe, and call me crazy here, but I honestly believe that people that are prepared, that have the bank account to handle it, I think that, like I say, this probably sounds silly, but I think their cars might break down a little less often. They might have less emergencies, because what's the point? Like, the devil is looking at their bank account going, hey, they got 100 grand in the bank. Who cares if their transmission falls out of their car and it costs them, 2 or 3 grand? It's not even going to be a blip on their radar screen. So I really honestly think that creating some financial freedom in your life obviously is going to help if you do end up with an emergency or with some unexpected expense. But I honestly think that as you create wealth in your life, less of that stuff comes your way, because the devil wants to mess with people that's going to hurt, that's going to knock them out of life, that's going to get them down onto their knees and cause them to curl up in a ball and fall asleep for a couple, 2 or 3 days, doing everything that they shouldn't be doing. So it seems like let me see here. Yeah, once one have enough, it is less than enough happens. It's not an emergency. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. What else do we got going on here? Let me see here. 47 cents. Apparently you are talking to me right now. Hey, the good news, Samuel, is that's okay. Probably everybody on this video watching right now has been in that boat, including me, many, many, many times in my life. In fact, there was times where 47 cents would have been a blessing, because I was looking at a checking account that was negative $300 or $400 or $500. I don't know what the biggest negative balance I ever had in my checking account is, but I know that I've had multiple times in my life where a bill hit and there wasn't money in the account, and I had at least a negative $200, $300, $400, checking account for a period of time while I was trying to figure out life and trying to figure out how to, get that up. The good news, Samuel, is you're in the right place at the right time. If you keep showing up on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, you slowly start to get, a hold of some crypto, get a hold of some of these assets, amazing things are going to come your way. And we don't talk a ton about crypto on this channel, but I do want to pop something up here on my screen, and I want to share it with you, because I should say we don't talk about crypto on Mondays very much. Let me pull up this, present my screen here, and I want to show you something that I think is very, very true. And I also, in the process, kind of wanted to give a shout out to a friend of mine and a guy who I believe is somebody that absolutely, what's going on here? Absolutely has made me a ton of money in my life in the crypto world, and just, you know, down to earth, really, you know, great guy. I'm not, you know, trying to promote his Discord group, but I am a part of his private Discord group. And, you know, I forget exactly how much it costs. It depends on if you're paying for it monthly, quarterly, or yearly. But I want to go over here into Discord, and I want to show you some stuff that this young man has said over the last handful of days that I believe to be very, very true, and will hopefully give you guys some hope. Let me see here. So we'll start here. It says, just remember that market manipulation is a real thing. They don't want you participating in the bull market. They don't want you buying now. They want you to cough up your tokens now and buy the top later when they've pumped it up and are ready to offload. The start of a cycle is never easy. It always seems like it's never going to happen, but it always does in the end. It always does in the end. If you get up and dust yourself off and you don't let them scare you out of the market. You know, we talk about that all the time. There are people that have spent the last 6 months, year, 2 years accumulating crypto that are going to give up. I did a video a few weeks ago, you know, called like 3 feet from gold. And I talked about a guy that had one of the biggest, most profitable gold mines in the whole world. And he gave up 3 feet from gold, sold off all of his equipment for pennies. And then the person that bought the gold mine from him had a surveyor come out. And the surveyor said, hey, the last guy just wasn't experienced. He didn't understand fault lines. And literally, you're about 3 feet from the biggest gold, you know, discovery that the world has ever seen. And sure enough, that happened. And I just want to remind you guys that we are 3 feet from gold. The start of a cycle is never easy. It always seems like it's never going to happen. I mean, who can please put a 1 in the chat if you feel like it's never going to happen? Like, I'll go put a 1 in the chat. Like, I'm wondering what in the world is going on. You know, last year from October till about March or so, we kind of got a fake pump because of the ETFs. And so it looked like we might get a bull run a little bit early. And then, man, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November came around, and everything was getting crushed off over and over and over and over. Then, you know, November came around. It looked like November, and then December, things were going pretty well. But let's face it, Bitcoin pumped, but nothing else really took off the way that we hoped that it would. And now here we are, almost February. And so if you're not like going, holy smokes, when is this going to happen? Is it going to happen? If you don't have a little bit of doubt creeping in, you might be a robot. Because I have to remind myself, I have that doubt creep in, and then I got to remind myself, hey guys, but it always does in the end. And then I want to go here and say what it says here. Underneath it, it says, we are going to have a massive bull market. All you have to do is nothing. Patience is everything. Just look at everything that's happened lately in perfect sync with the market cycle. Did you hear that? We're going to get a massive bull market. All you have to do is nothing. Now, folks, if you don't have your portfolio ready to go, then I would add to that, instead of just doing nothing, would be to get as much money into the market as you can, knowing that it's just a matter of time before we're going to have an absolute massive pump in the crypto markets. There's never been a cycle yet where it was just Bitcoin. The altcoins are going to follow suit at some point in time. Ethereum's going to have its day. Ethereum's going to be a $10, $15, $20,000 token, in my opinion. And altcoins are going to have an absolute massive blow off top, in my opinion, at some point in time during this cycle over the next 3, 6, 9 months. I believe if you go back and look, it was February of 2021. Bitcoin was sitting at about 42,000. Everybody thought they were going to be rich. And then Bitcoin dumped from 42 all the way back to about 27,000 in February. Yet by May 11th, it was 64,000. And tokens like Matic had 100x'd from 3 cents to $3. Tokens like Solana had, I don't even know how many X, but I know it was a significant X. There was times between 2018 and 2021 that you could have bought Solana probably in the $1, $2, $3 range, and it went all the way up to $250, during the last cycle. I also want to go over here and I want to show you, he talks about Bitcoin. And I want to show you what he just said today in Bitcoin, because it kind of goes along with what we are talking about. Where is the Bitcoin? Come on, where's the Bitcoin tab? What's going on here? Bitcoin, private sale. Why am I finding everything except for the Bitcoin channel? That drives me crazy. I know that there's a Bitcoin channel. I was just reading it earlier today. Oh, there we go. It's way down here. Okay, Bitcoin. So you can see it was not, but look here. I think my daughter might be here. The dogs sound like they're getting ready to go crazy on me. Where'd it go? Hey, shut up over there. Well, he doesn't really go into the positive, but he does talk about this. He says, I feel like TA is almost pointless right now as there is so much market manipulation going on. BlackRock bought 600 million OTC in Bitcoin recently, and I think a lot of big players are using market makers to keep the price down. But eventually supply will be constrained and it will go up. At the end of the day, they want it to go up too. We just need to know that it's a game and play it accordingly. We are at support level here, and usually I would say this is where we bounce. My plan is really simple. Hold, and don't look at my portfolio tracker until the market rebounds. Looking at your portfolio when the market is down can cause you to take action when you shouldn't be. So once again, he just goes back to this thesis that his work is done. This guy's been involved in crypto for multiple cycles. He doesn't necessarily have to buy any more tokens. And so if that's you, if you feel like your work is done, pat yourself on the back and be excited that your work is done, and just relax. Just relax. Know that it is coming. Like, it is coming. Countries are starting to buy Bitcoin. Bitcoin is going to be able to be put into people's retirement accounts. It's already being put into individual Roth IRAs. Like if you use I Trust Capital, there's a lot of different financial institutions where you can be buying and holding Bitcoin in your retirement accounts already. But pretty soon, it's going to open up to all of the 401ks and everything else. Like, it is not going anywhere, folks. I'm probably preaching to the choir. Those of you that are watching this channel probably fully believe this and understand it already, but I'm sure there's some new people that need to hear this, because it's rough when all of a sudden your portfolio dips by 25, 50, 75%. That doesn't happen in the traditional world unless you're in some kind of a stock where the company's going out of business. In crypto, it's just another day. And so I just kind of wanted to show that. And then I do want to highlight here. So this is altcoin ignition. If anybody has any interest in, in signing up and becoming a member of altcoin ignition, let me know. I can shoot you some information. Ton of value here. Let's go look. I want to show you what he had to say here in his Spot group here real quick. So for Spot, Here is a project. Oh my goodness. Unicorn Fart Dust. He put this out on the 18th. Ticker UFD. Market cap was 250 more million. Price shows you that it's on Solana. This is the contract address. And then, you know, all of the time. So like, look at this. Screw it. I just exchanged 20 SOL for Trump's meme coin. Here's my thinking. And he talks about, you know, Trump. This was on the 18th. Trump is the biggest influencer in history. No meme coin will get as much attention, and so on and so forth. And then he's got his gems group. So let's see what he's posted, you know, recently in gems. So here we go. You know me, I love my launch pads. So just on the 22nd, he talked about a project named SuiPad. So, you know, I love that token, SUI. And now it looks like it's starting to have a, you know, a launch pad. And he says here, at some stage during this cycle, there's going to be an SUI narrative. I believe this with some conviction. Sui will pump. Just about everything on Sui will pump. And as far as I can tell, this is the Sui launchpad that the best projects will use. DAOmaker is an investor. It's sitting at a $4 million market cap. This might be a hidden gem. So like I say, I've been a member of this paid Discord group since around 2020. And it's made me a ton of money. And so, but I just wanted more than to highlight the Discord, or more than to highlight his you know, his plays, is I wanted to highlight his method, the way that he feels about the market, and the way that he's talking about just being patient and just staying the course, and how important that is to everything that you and I have been working so hard for. So let me see here. Please, can I have your social media account so I can be notified when you are online, and I want to host a meeting? Yeah, Sam, it's not in this description yet, but I promise you, if you go look at all of the other descriptions from the recent videos, all of my socials are in all of our descriptions. We've got a Discord group. We've got a Telegram group. We're on Instagram. We're on TikTok. We're on Twitter. You can find all of those in most of the descriptions. And once this video is over, I will get that description up also. You know, you'll be able to come back to this video. Samuel also says, the start of a cycle isn't ever easy. It feels like it's never going to happen, but eventually it does. That's sometimes how it works. Feels like that's the case. You know, I remember in 2021, it was very, very, very similar. You know, that started off towards the end of 2020 with a great, you know, great little start to the market, and then all of a sudden it wasn't. And it just, you know, and then all of a sudden we were back into a great, you know, a great part of the cycle. And, you know, we had a lot of ups and downs in the last cycle, and it's very, very normal. In almost every cycle, well, I shouldn't say almost every single cycle, Bitcoin has had 25 to 40% retracements every single cycle. So it's nothing new. This is definitely not new. If this is your first bull market, then it seems crazy to you that Bitcoin can run all the way up, you know, to 108,000 and then drop all the way back to 89,000, you know, a couple weeks later. And that's still only a little over, you know, that's about just over a 20% reduction. If it would have done a 40% reduction, that would have been 40 grand. And then about another 32. So it would have been about 43 grand. So what's 108 minus 43? Like 65? So theoretically speaking, if Bitcoin crashed all the way down to 65, it wouldn't be that out of line with previous market cycles where Bitcoin has ran up and then had 40% declines before it continued, you know, to run up. There's still a lot of people that believe we got to see $75,000 to $78,000 Bitcoin before the super cycle, the $200,000, $250,000 Bitcoin is going to happen. I think that might not happen. I'm in the camp that there's so much positive going on right now that it's potentially we could end up in a spot where we don't see that big of a downturn potentially. It's, you know, not impossible, but I'm hoping that we don't ever see $75,000, $78,000 Bitcoin. What altcoins do you think one can buy in preparation for the bull market? You know, Samuel, that's such a tough question. There's so many. Like, I believe, my personal belief, hey, there she is. Give me 1 second to grab this golden eagle, and I will be right back with you guys. Good. All right. Cheers, guys. My 32-ounce Dutch Bros Golden Eagle. It's sugar-free vanilla and caramel syrup with sugar-free caramel drizzle. Oh, man, that's good. Okay, she's gone. You can quit barking. So, Samuel, I keep forgetting that this is Monday. We're supposed to be talking about mindset, but that's okay, because part of mindset is just really believing that we're right where we want to be and where we need to be. Having hope is important. So I'll answer this question for you. My personal belief is when you're getting involved in crypto, you want to stick in that top 10 to top 25 to top 50 range. And the reason I say top 50 is because I believe there's some tokens that were in the top 10, top 15 that have fallen out. Like VeChain, I want to say is probably closer to around 50th on the market cap. But VeChain during the last bull market was up in around the 15th range. So there are a few tokens that have fallen a little bit further down, you know, Hedera, HBAR. Hey, come on, guys, seriously. Give me 1 second. So you want to get involved in crypto and you want to learn a little bit about Bitcoin and understand blockchain technology, and you want to get a decent foundation invested into what I call the Amazons and the Microsofts and the Starbuckses, maybe Dutch Bros some days of crypto, which are your Bitcoin, your Ethereum, other tokens, obviously Cardano, in my opinion, XRP, Polkadot, Solana. I know I'm missing some, Polygon. I really like VeChain, HBAR. You know, some of those are what I consider to be like tokens, Chainlink. Chainlink is a monster. If you buy Chainlink now and just forget about it for 10 or 20 years, you could probably set your children up for life. Like VeChain is going to be around in 20 or 30 years. To me, it's going to be a Microsoft of the crypto space. So you want to get in and get a foundation, get some education, learn about those cryptos, and get a bag of those cryptos, have an investment portfolio of those cryptos. But then, you know, depending on your financial situation, we talk about this a lot, but if you're not already wealthy or doing extremely well in life, a lot of times it can be hard to change the wealth needle in your life through Bitcoin and Ethereum. Yeah, some of the altcoins that I just mentioned are going to probably 10 or 20x during this cycle, which gives you a heck of a lot better chance to do something special financially. But a lot of us are in a position, especially when we first start investing in crypto, where, you know, we need to maybe get that lucky 100xer, or even, you know, the 2, 3, 4, 500, 1000x. Like, I've literally had a few 100xers in my life. You know, I talk about a token called DAG that I got in, you know, about $1,000 into, that turned into about $136,000 token. I talk about Blocktopia. You know, I got into Blocktopia in the private sale, literally $50 worth of Blocktopia I sold for $5,000. I sold another $50 worth for $20,000, another $50 worth for $20,000, and then another $50 worth for $5,000. I sold $200 worth of crypto for $50,000. And I still have a big bag of Blocktopia that I'm hoping will come back at some point in time during this cycle. But my point is, once you've got that foundation laid, then this is where I think my channel really shines, is it helps you deep dive and go down further down the rabbit hole. And we find a lot of tokens that are down in the $250,000 market cap all the way to $25 million market cap. But these tokens that have the potential to do 25, 50, 100x and more, and man, you only need a few $500 bills to 100x. 100, 500x to do something special with the wealth needle in your life. And so I recommend, the other thing that we do is we've got pooling groups here. So we love the Gains platform. Gains just had a token launched not too long ago called Middle, which launched to, like an 11x. We had another token called Otherverse that wasn't part of the Gains platform, but it was just one of the tokens that I brought to the family, that anybody that invested in Otherverse, it did about a 20 something X day one. So we got 8% of our tokens. We were able to sell that 8% for 160% of our initial investment. So if you had 1,000 invested in it, you would have gotten $1,600 on your very first 8%. And now we're getting 8% a month for another 11 months. It was 12 months total vesting. So that's the other way that you can really position yourselves. We have 2 pools that are full for the Gains platform, and we're getting ready to start a third. If there's any interest out there, we need to get a minimum of 25,000 tokens. Right now, the tokens are only sitting at about a nickel, though. So you could buy 10,000 tokens for $500 and get into the pool and be guaranteed an allocation of every single private sale or launchpad sale. This is an IDO launchpad platform. But this is how I kind of help. Now, you don't have to do a minimum. You don't have to do 10,000. You can do as low as 5,000 tokens. And in some cases, if somebody reaches out to me and wants to do less than 5,000 tokens, I'm open to, the discussion. But normally you need 25 or 50,000 tokens. And then obviously if you had 50,000 tokens, which is, what did I just say? It was $500 for 10,000. So you would only need, 50,000 tokens at a nickel. You could get, 50,000 tokens for $2,500. So a lot of people could probably afford the 2,500, but then you can invest, $1,500 to $3,000 in every sale that they bring. And a lot of times they're bringing 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 a week during a bull market. So unless you had, 20 or 30 grand a month that you wanted to invest into private sales, you wouldn't necessarily need all 50,000 tokens anyways, where if you had 10,000, now if we're getting, say, $2,000 in an allocation, that gives you the ability to invest $200-300 into multiple sales a month. But anyways, that's kind of what we do here at the at Infinite Crypto. And then the other thing that we really recommend is our Trader Tuesdays. So now we're starting to get in and learn how to do some trading and how to, win a little bit on the way up or win a lot on the way up. But we're also honing our skills so that when this bull market ends, whenever that is, we can ride it down and have an incredible bear market, where for the most part, most of us here on this channel have never made money in the bear market. If you're lucky, you cashed out most towards the top, and then you just had to be patient during the bear market. Or if you're unlucky, like most of us, most cryptocurrency investors' story goes like this. I got involved in so you got involved in 17, you made a bunch of money in 18, and then you lost it all because you didn't sell any of it. Then you made a bunch of money in 2020, and maybe by then you were a little bit smarter, and you held on to most of it. But most people, or, hey, I got in 2019, invested in 2019, I invested in 2020, I made a ton of money in 2021, and then I wrote it all the way back down to zero in 22 and 23, and now here it is, the next bull market in 25, and this time you're going to hold on to it. But most people that make a bunch of money in their first bull market always overestimate how long that bull market's going to last. And then when it starts to come down, you get emotionally attached to it. You think it's going to go back up, so you don't sell. Then it goes down again. And we all get to this point where we're like, you know what? It's not even worth selling anymore. I'm just going to hold it till the next bull market. And so that's the other reason for hopefully being a part of this channel, is you don't make those mistakes. But the other thing is, now instead of selling at the top and then just being patient and waiting for the next bear market to play its course, this time we're going to be shorting the market, and we're going to be making a bunch of money on the way down. So a long-winded explanation of what we're doing here. Holy smokes! Let me see here. That is a whole lot of enjoyment you are having in there, sugar-free, vitamins included. That's what your body needs right now. Enjoy, Bosch. Yeah, I tell you what, this is my medicine. I slept in a little bit today, and so I just let my wife take off with the car, where a lot of times I take her to where she needs to be, and then I have access. My second car right now is being used by my son. Need to get him a set of wheels so I can have my second car back. But yeah, man, this comes in very handy in the morning. Let me see which days of the week and times. Okay, so our normal schedule for every week is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Mondays, we have the Crypto Monday Mindset Mastery. Tuesday, we have Trader Tuesdays, where I get on and show you guys my trading strategy and show you how I am longing and shorting the market, normally using anywhere from about 5 times leverage to 25 times leverage. That's Tuesday. And then Wednesday is our microcap gem live stream, where I go over some microcap gems that I'm excited about. And you guys also have the ability to bring microcap gems that you're excited about to me. And I will go through and look at them on CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko, take a look at their websites and their social medias, and kind of give you an idea about whether or not it's a project that I like. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Then on top of that, we do deep dive videos. We've got, about 10 sponsors of the channel. So we're doing some videos on those tokens. We got some really incredible sponsors. So that's the other thing. If you go look in the description of our videos, we show our sponsors: DIMITRA IO, NEURAHUB, IA. We got LINQ AI, NEURAHUB AI. We've got LINQ AI. Man, I don't want to leave anybody off. But we've got so many. BYDFI is a sponsor of the channel, and so on and so forth. Most blocks, in fact, we're doing. So I was going to say, then we do different videos like tonight at 7 p.m. Mark this down on your calendars. Hit that notification bell at 7 p.m. tonight. I'm going to have Rainer, the CEO and founder of BLOCX, come on. We're going to do a 1 hour live stream. It might be slightly less, but about an hour live stream tonight at 6 p.m. 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern. And we're going to do a $200 giveaway. I'm giving away $100, and then he generously agreed to, match me. So we're going to do a $200 giveaway on that live stream. And what Rainer's going to be doing is he's going to be going through all of the new developments, all of the things that are going on. It's basically an AMA. It's a live stream. So if you guys are on it tonight, you'll be able to ask questions and, go back and forth with Rainer and ask him questions about the project. And you're going to have the potential, to win some money. $200 giveaway. It's different every week. I've got another interview scheduled. You guys saw the branding here. I brought it up because my son just put together this branding for me. And the reason that he did that is we are doing a live stream AMA on Wednesday. I want to say it's at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern that day. So 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we're going to be doing a live stream AMA with one of the founders, one of the big team members. I don't remember exactly his role, but Stanley from skillfulai.io is going to be coming onto the channel for a live stream, and we're giving away $100 on that live stream. So to answer your question in a nutshell, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then you just got to have the notification bell on. And then if you're on these, I always announce the others that are coming up. So tonight at 6 p.m., Wednesday at 3 p.m., I've got a interview for film.io that I'm getting ready to publish. I've got another tutorial and deep dive video on BYDFI that's getting ready to be published. So on top of the 3 live streams, we really like to try to put out another 3 or 4 videos a week. So you've got somewhere in the ballpark of hopefully 5 to 7 or 8 videos a week that are coming out at different times throughout the week, with the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at 9 a.m. being, kind of one of the constants. So hopefully that answered your question. Hopefully we see a bunch of you guys. Hopefully we see a bunch of you guys today at 6 p.m. What is this, from 8% to 1,600%? Wow, how do you get to know about these projects and the pools it has and have your gains? So one of the ways is, after almost 10 years, 9 years of cryptocurrency experience and going to a lot of different conventions. And then of course, this YouTube channel opens up a lot of opportunities for me. I literally got invited into the Gains platform when it was just a Telegram group by a friend of mine that used to participate in my OTC group. I used to have an OTC group on Telegram back before DEXs were a real thing. There was a lot of OTC going on, and I had a very trusted OTC group. One of my guys from that group invited me into the Gains private Telegram group. I started investing into their private sales way back when they were just a Telegram group. Then they created the platform and they created the Gains token and the staking. And so now I'm a coal for the Gains platform. Occasionally the Gains platform will come to me and say, hey, Brad, will you talk about this token, or will you talk about this private sale? And like even today, I've mentioned Gains, multiple times. So if you go back over the history of my channel, I've done 2 or 3 designated videos on the Gains platform, and then I talk about them, a ton. So Gains is an incredible platform. If you go look it up on CoinGecko, it'll be pretty obvious which one it is. It's GAINS, Gains, just like it sounds. And you could go check out their website, go check out their platform. But that's one of the ways that I get in. That Blocktopia private sale, I got in through Gains. Gains has been around a long time. They help people get into the Avalanche private sale, like literally back 6, 7, 8 years ago, 10 years ago, whatever that was. You could have gotten in on the Avalanche private sale through the Gains platform. All right, guys, we've been going for about an hour. Looks like we've got quite a few people that have typed in I get up, so we want to do a little bit of a giveaway. And I'm kind of glad that today took this turn. So we started off a little bit on a sad note, a little bit on like, hey, for those of us that have been getting kicked in the teeth, let's get up, let's get positive, let's get pumped up. And then Samuel, thank you. A couple of your questions led us in the direction of, like, I'm pumped up. I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready to go. I am excited. And just, reminding myself that all we have to do right now is nothing. We just got to wait. We just got to be patient. Like those of us that have put in the work, we've done everything that we need to do. All we got to do now is just wait for it to happen. It's like have you guys ever oh man, what is that game? Is it there's a game out there where, like, you know, you hit something on the screen and you're hoping that it doesn't explode. And like you keep hitting different buttons and your goal is to not hit the bomb. That's what it kind of reminds me of. Or there's another game. So like in Las Vegas, there's slot machines. And they have these jackpots and they're called must hit buys. So let's say that it's a must hit by $500. And it's sitting at $485. What that means is at some point in time, every time you hit the button, it goes from $485 to $485 and a penny. And it, you know, like it just slowly goes up every time you hit, but it has to hit by the time it hits 500. The thing is even when it's sitting at $480 and it feels like it's close, you can spend thousands of dollars on a slot machine trying to get it from 480 to 500. Sometimes it's going to hit at 481. Sometimes it's going to hit at 489. Sometimes it's going to hit at 499. Sometimes it's going to hit at 499.99. Like, it's totally random. But long story short, like, you know, it has to hit. It's literally, if you keep playing it all the way up to 500, you're going to win that 500. The only difference is with a slot machine like that, you might end up putting way more money in it than you get back out if in that particular case. Where with us guys, when it hits, when that bomb explodes, when that jackpot goes off in crypto, you're going to make money. You're going to make a lot of money. And so it's so great to know that all we have to do is nothing. But let's not do nothing. Let's all agree that, hey, we've still got a 30, 60, 90-day window to go out and work hard, put in some extra shifts, work some overtime, sell off some stuff, you know, maybe borrow from our 401k. There's a lot of different things. None of this is financial advice, by the way. You guys have heard me give this speech before. I'm a firm believer that any of you that have 401ks out there, like if you got a $500,000 401k, I'm not telling you go take a $500,000 out of your 401k and invest it into crypto. And I'm not telling you to do anything, but I'm telling you that if I had a $500,000 crypto or a $500,000 401k, that I'd probably be borrowing a minimum of 10% of it. I'd be borrowing 50 grand out of my 401k. And I'd be putting it into some top tier tokens. Like I probably wouldn't throw that 50 grand into, you know, $1 million market cap, hoping to 100x or 1000x it. I'd be throwing it into something like Ripple or Cardano or Polygon, something that's probably got a solid 10, 15, 20x in it. Because let's face it, if you got a $500,000 401k, you're thrilled if it's making you 10, 15, 20% a year. And you're having some losing years, you're having some winning years. Overall, you're probably making 10 or 12%. So if you got a $500,000 account, that's great. You're probably making 50, 60 grand a year on it. But you can literally take 10% of that. You could take 50 grand, and with a 10x, you could turn 50 grand into 500 grand in the next handful of months with very, very little risk. Once again, not financial advice. You got to do your own due diligence. But in my opinion, Chainlink ain't going to zero. Ripple ain't going to zero. Cardano ain't going to zero. Matic's not going to zero. Solana's not going to zero. Folks, in my opinion, you could take a small percentage of other investments and make more with that small percentage than you're making with the other 90%. So that's just an idea that I'm throwing out there. So I keep going back to, hey, all we got to do is be patient. But at the same time, winners aren't just patient. I don't think that anybody sitting here on this live stream today is content to just turn off their computer and wake up in 3 or 4 months and see if they're rich. Like, let's take some control. Let's take some responsibility. Now would be a fantastic time. Like, if you've got your portfolio set, now would be a great time to consider getting into the third gains pool. I think that that would be a fantastic decision on your part. The tokens are a nickel. During the peak of the last 2 bull markets, back in both of the last couple of bull markets, that token has ran up to about a $2 token. So just the gains token itself probably has a 40x, right? 40 times 5 cents is $2. It's probably got a 40x in it during the peak of this market. and you get to invest in all of the sales that they're bringing to you too. To me, it's like a total no-brainer. You can go get 10,000 tokens for $500. If that 40Xs, that turns into 20 grand for you. And you had the ability to invest in all of these sales along the way. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in, reach out to me on Telegram, reach out to me on Discord, DM me on Twitter. I check all of my own. If you DM at BradV7007 on Telegram, I'm the one looking at the message and responding to it. I'm the one looking at it on Discord and responding to it. I'm the one looking at it on Twitter and responding to it. I'm the one looking at it and responding to it on Instagram. If you reach out to any of my socials and DM me, I am the one that will be responding to you. Once again, never, ever, ever, ever send me any money. Never, ever send me tokens, send me money unless we do a video chat. I will 1,000% every single time be willing to do a video chat with you. Now, I know that there's a couple of guys that have sent me tokens without a video chat, but part of that is because we have a long-standing history of conversation, so they know they're talking to me. They also know my wallet. Like, I've got one main wallet for the most part, two different wallets, I guess, but I've got two wallets that I use for almost everything. So the guys that send me funds for private sales and for different stuff, they know that it's my wallet too. So, but in general, and a lot of times they're just sending me a few $100 too. Like, I would say if something comes up where you're ever sending me any substantial money, like Telegram can get hacked. Twitter can get hacked. I could literally, somebody could message you from my Telegram account and tell you to send them money. And if you're sending an amount of money that it would be uncomfortable for you to lose, you should still request a video chat, even if you're 99.9% sure it's me. It's okay. It takes 30 seconds to pop up on a video and say, hey, it's me. And you know it's me. And you don't have to worry about losing any funds that way. So with that, let's give away some money. You guys are like, shut up, Brad. Give away some dough. Let me take another sip of my medicine while I'm getting this figured out. We got to get back over to here. And then let me see here. Where did the... I have to bring this site back up here real quick. Let me, hopefully, man, I sure hope that this thing was working the whole time. You guys might be mad at me. You might not be mad at me. So after I set up this stream, I had to restart my computer. I forgot that I hadn't pulled this back up. And I'm hoping here that it's going to, let me see. So what was it? I get up. Sure hoping that this is recorded. If not, it's not the end of the world. Okay, yeah, good. It's showing 63 entries there. Let me pop over to this screen, share this tab instead. There we go. Let me get rid of this skillful AI. See what guys, so we can see the screen. All right, so we're going to give away two $25 prizes, two $25 USDT prizes. I'm going to let you guys know that it's probably going to be tomorrow before I send the funds. I got to move some money around. I got to get some money over to BYDFI for Trader Tuesdays, and I'll send it all over. It might still be later today, but it's not going to be like within 5 minutes of this stream ending. But sometime in the next 24 hours, I will get the $25 in USDT, and we're going to do that for two of you. I appreciate each and every one of you. Remember, folks, you do have to have a BYDFI account and send me your unique user ID, UID number. You're going to change that in your portfolio. I guess I'll draw the winners real quick, and then I'll show you guys exactly. Most of you probably have been around long enough to know, but I'm going to pull this up here real fast too, just so you guys are sure. Like way back in the beginning of this stream, I posted the link here. So if you don't have a BYDFI account yet, do me a favor. They're a great sponsor of the channel. And even if you don't win today, It's amazing if you already have this in place. You don't have to scramble to go do it. So if you're watching this and you don't have a BYDFI account, please go sign up through my referral link. It really helps the channel out a lot. Totally free for you guys to create an account. You just need an email and a password. So go create your BYDFI account today if you don't have one, please, whether you win the giveaway or not. With that, let's go pick out a couple of winners, and then I'll show you guys once again exactly what you got to do. So we are going to hit, last but not least, folks, you got to be here. So I'm going to draw the 2 winners, but if for some reason they're not here, we're going to continue to draw until we get people that are here. So if you are here, definitely speak up in the chat and let us know that you are here so that you are a winner. If you don't pop in and pop into the chat and let me know that you're here, we're going to redraw more names. So the first winner is I gambled, you lost. I love that. Yeah, so I gambled, you lost. Are you here? I love your screen name. I definitely am a little bit of a gambler. I'll never forget, I was gambling at a relatively young age. I'll never forget, I was probably about, I don't know, maybe 8 years old, and my dad and I were at a basketball court, and he was, way back about the, where the 3-point line is. And, my dad and I, we played a little bit of basketball, but it wasn't like, like we played basketball all the time. My dad was 32 when I was born, so he was 40. Long story short, somehow I bet him $20 that he would miss the shot from where he was standing at 8 years old. And of course, he just swished the heck out of it. And I owed my own dad $20 as an 8-year-old. And then I was a semi-professional poker player at a couple of different times in my life, and I still play poker to this day, just nowhere near as often. So I gambled, you lost. You and I would probably get along real good. Glad to have you. Appreciate you being a part of the channel. Did he show up? Is he here? I gambled, you lost. I do not see him in the chat. I'm going to go draw there he is. There he is. I gambled, you lost. There he is. Okay, perfect. Awesome. You are there. Let me go draw the other winner and make sure that they are there. And then we're going to go show you guys exactly what you got to do to get paid. Luke Mayer, are you here, Luke? If you are here, please, please, please let us know in the chat that you are here. Luke Mayer. Oh, Luke, are you here? If you're here, let us know. You guys didn't probably know it, but I'm a heck of a singer. Have you guys ever heard my favorite song? My favorite song, I created this myself. I'm going to give you guys something special. I don't know if I've ever done this on a live stream before, but this is my favorite little 3-line song that I sing to myself if I'm having a bad day or I want to get myself pumped up. So here you go. Today is a great day. Tomorrow is gonna be great too. Yabba dabba doo. That's my fun little silly song that I sing to myself. Today is a great day. Tomorrow is going to be great too. Luke, are you here? I was trying to give you a second to let us know in the chat that you are here. So you asked what my referral link is. It's up at the very top in the very beginning of the chat. So if you go all the way up to the very, very beginning here, let me see. I think I've got it right here. Let me find it again. Let me post it again here, guys. Right here is my link. This should be a hyperlink. So let me put it in here in the chat right now. This should be a hyperlink for you. Let's see if this will work. There we go. There we go. That should be the hyperlink. It doesn't look like Luke is here. So Luke is not, unfortunately, going to be our second winner. So we are going to draw a third winner. It is, yeah. So there we go. We're going to go draw another winner, guys. Luke, you did not win, unfortunately. Oh, wait. Luke, you got in like in just the absolute barely nick of time. Makes me wonder how many accounts you're on here on. You had to go log out of the other account and log into this one real fast, Luke. No, I'm just kidding you. But there's so many people that try to gain these an advantage on these. So it wouldn't surprise me if there's somebody in here that's got multiple YouTube accounts and they're trying to pull a fast one on me. It's funny, guys. Just a little separate topic here really quick. I think it's funny. I literally have people come into my DMs all the time and give me ways that they think that I should change the giveaway that would make it easier for them to win. Like, I'm not kidding you. I can't make this stuff up. They're like, there's all sorts of crazy ideas, but every single time somebody hits me in the DMs with something that I should do differently about the giveaway, it's always designed. Their idea always would make it easier on them to win. And it kind of drives me crazy because I love doing these giveaways, but sometimes I really do wonder if I ought to do them because I don't want you guys here for the giveaways. The giveaways are awesome. They're extra. They're fun. But it really bugs me when I get the impression that the only reason somebody is around is because of the giveaway. So anyways, I will say that you are good, Luke. We're going to go ahead and call you the winner. Right now, I'm going to swing over to this YouTube channel. Share this tab instead while this pulls up. All right. No, that's not the one I want pulled up, but that's okay. It'll get me to where I need to be here real fast. Maybe it'll let me if it's a pretty simple process. All you're going to do here is go to your you're going to go to your YouTube page. You're going to have this about, and all you're going to do is you're going to put your BYDFI UID number into your about here. And then I'm going to be able to send you the funds on BYDFI totally for free. They allow me to send any currency that I want to another BYDFI user totally for free. Let me go to today's video because I want to take a look at the chat and click on your guys' name so that I don't gotta. I apologize for how slow my computer is working. For those that feel free, I appreciate you being here for all of the live stream. I'm excited to see you tonight at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for the BLOCX live stream and the $200 giveaway. Excited to see you tomorrow morning for the Trader Tuesday live stream. And here we go. Finally working. Name. And then I'm going to go to his channel so that nobody can act like they're Luke. And then let me show you this real quick. And it'll be the same for you too. I gambled, you lost. As this loads. So you can see right here, Luke, hopefully that's showing up their page. You can see right here in the more section, it pulls up your about. And it just shows once you have your BYDFI user ID number, you're just going to go in here and put BYDFI user ID and the number. It's about a 10 or 12 digit 10 or 12 numbered string of numbers, no letters in it. Normally it's just numbers. Once that is there, I will go in and get you paid here a little bit later today, or no later than tomorrow. And then let me scroll back up here a little bit and get onto I Gambled, You Lost, and go to your channel. And now we should be good. So guys, if for some reason the link that I sent in the doesn't work, just go to, any of my Trader Tuesday live streams, or just about any video is going to have my referral link to BYDFI in the in the description. So with that, folks, let me get back out to my main view here and officially say goodbye. Let me get out here and just, thank you once again for getting, man, it feels good to be back in action, to go a whole week. Last Monday was the last live stream, way too long. I'm really hoping and praying that, we're kind of past some of the tougher times and that we can really get back to this Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, like clockwork. And, with that, folks, once again, just thank all of you, Eric, Dave P, Pablo Noodles, Deadwood, Daniel, Luke, all of you guys that have been on, Samuel, I don't have time to give everybody a shout out right now. John Lopez, Richie, there's just, Moab, Jameson, so many, Glenn. And if I miss you, I apologize. Casey, Adam, my Forex screen, Priya Rima. I mean, I just, Hamad, Angelo, Rumpak, John Paul, Rhonda Carter, Jacob Anthony, Baron Cohen, Elena. Thank all of you for being here. And if I didn't get your name, you still are super, super important to me. I'm blessed by the best, and I thank you all for spending, a significant amount of your day with me here. I know that your time is your most valuable asset, and I appreciate that you spent, an hour and a half of it with me today. So God bless you. I look forward to seeing you tonight on the BLOCX live stream and tomorrow on the Trader Tuesdays live stream. Have a great day.